Welcome back. This is the Spotlight with Messi on Captain Television. And right now, I've been joined by a guest in the studio to discuss what it is going to look like, the gang that is going to look like with the River State local government election tomorrow. And of course, with me in the studio is Honorable Adamu Rabiu, who is a public affairs analyst. You're highly welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
It's a great
good evening, our listeners and viewers.
All right, good evening, everyone. Well, at this point, let me also remind you that our phone lines are now open for you to call in to join the conversation or giving your contribution. Honorable, let me start by saying we are aware that there is going to be a local government election tomorrow in River State.
Exactly.
And now this has been described as a showdown, because when you look at what is happening between the FCT minister Nyesom Wike and the current governor of Fubara, it is beginning to look like a show marks thing. And in that regard, the River State Police Command has said a true spokesperson, that is a Grace Ringi Ekoko, that they have that they will be part of the election which will be happening tomorrow, pointing out that they're sticking to the or respecting the Federal High Court ruling, while the Fubara team is quoting that the State High Court ruling is in support of the election. And in all of this drama, do you think the local government election will hold tomorrow?
Thank you, Mercy, for this question. Yeah, the issue of local government election rests squarely with the state government, specifically the State Independent Electoral Commission. Understand? So, given the Nigerian system, the way things work, and the state being responsible for holding such an event, I don't see it not happening. It's actually going to happen, you understand? Because other states have so far conducted the election, and they have gotten the result that they have already written for themselves. So I don't see it being different from that of River State, you understand? Of course, other states are also coming up, especially my state is in the next 2 weeks. Yeah, I also have issues there with the local government election. Okay. So this one holding in Rivers, of course, the show banker is going to hold, and it's a show of force, you understand, between Wike and Fubara, and given it, of course, Fubara's camp should win, ideally, for the sake of fairness, you understand, and then for the sake of our constitution, you understand. So the Fubara team should win. I'm not saying that the Fubara team are on the line of the law, you understand. But somebody in Abuja cannot be in Abuja and dictating what happens in River State. It is absurd, you understand. He has done his 8 years, fine and good, so go. Why do you have to say you also want to have a say in River State? You have done your 8 years. If you believe that you have something left, probably you should find another way of doing it. Notwithstanding that we know how Fubara find himself on that side. I was going to say that's like it's a godfatherism thing, but that is how it always ends in Nigerian politics. Once you anoint somebody, at the end of the day, something is going to happen, and the two of them, you see them fighting each other. It's happening everywhere. It's happening in Kaduna State. In Rivers, it's no surprise, you understand. It also happened between even before Fubara and Wike. What happened between Wike and the previous governor that was there? He also anointed him. He brought him to limelight. But what happened, or what transpired during the course of his tenure? He turned back against him, and they were at daggers drawn. So whatever they say, whatever you saw, you are definitely going to repeat somewhere. Okay. So that is what is happening in River State.
All right. You know, at the beginning of this show, I call it a showdown. So, but I don't know where it belongs, whether in showmax or cinema. But what do you look at? What do you make out of this conflicting court judgments between the Federal High Court and the State High Court?
Well, I won't so much delve into that aspect as I'm not around the learned colleagues, so that they don't say, no, I've gone against previous rulings and so on. But the issue is this. The Constitution and the Electoral Act has given the powers to hold local government election by the state. Okay. You understand? So I don't see how the law of the Federal High Court will supersede that of the state. Of course, we know in hierarchy, federal is higher than the state, yes. But already is already enshrined. You understand? So what the Constitution says, you understand, supersede whatever will come out of a ruling. You understand? If it's not backed by whatever the Constitution says, because it is supreme over all other arguments and rulings that will come up. You understand? Yes. So it just what we're trying to do is to probably delay the process or delay the D-Day. You understand? So that it doesn't happen tomorrow until at a much later time. Probably that's what they're doing. They're trying to perfect their plans so that they'll be able to rig the election the way they want it. You understand? Because time is far running out, and then they don't know.
All right, let me hold you there. Let's quickly hear from what our caller has to say. Hello, a very good evening to you. Good evening. Can you hear me?
Hello.
Good evening.
No, I can hear you.
Oh, your name? Good evening. Your name and where you're calling us from, please.
I'm from Benue.
Okay. Your name?
My name is Benjamin. Please, I'm calling from Benue.
All right. Okay. Please go ahead with your contribution.
Hello?
Please go ahead with your contribution. I can hear you. Hello, can you hear me? I'm sorry, but you might have to call us back. I think the network is a bit not so conducive.
Yeah.
But let's quickly hear from this one. Let's see if we can get through with this. Hello, good evening. Well, now let me say something. I talked about the State Police Command through its spokesperson saying that they're not part of the election which will happen tomorrow. But what do you think is the role of the police in all of this?
Well, as we're all aware, their role is to keep the peace.
But they've claimed not to be. They've come out to say that they're not part of it. So now that they're not part of it, how are they going to play a role in what they say they are not part of?
Probably it is just what do you say, propaganda?
Okay.
You understand? But they can't say they are not part of it, because that will be like a mutiny.
But not like they don't want to be part of it. They are not part of it because they are going by the ruling of the Federal High Court.
Yes. Yes. Well, like I said, it's going to be like mutiny, because their role is to keep the peace.
Okay.
If they said they are not part of it, then I don't see how they will not be part of it, or they refuse to be part of it. You understand? Of course, we know that Wiki and his team are from the federal side, so they have the federal might behind them. You understand? While Fubara has the might of the state and his citizens. You understand? So if the police feel that they don't want to be part of it, I'm sure, given what we have seen, Fubara will go ahead with his plans and hold the election. You understand? Because
but was it right for the police to come out to say they are not part of it, because as their basic responsibility to safeguard peace?
Yes.
And in matters like this, especially in election, they are supposed to be there to ensure peace and order. And now they've come out to say that they are not going to be part of it. Do you think that that was fair enough from the police?
It's not. That is partisanship. You understand? That is partisanship. Already the police have taken a side, which is very unfortunate for Nigeria. You can't have a situation where something has been approved, has been given the go-ahead. There's a guideline, you understand, right from the Constitution, and then you now come out and say simply because a federal might is saying one thing or the other, you say no, you are not going to do your job. You understand? Police is a properly constituted authority. You understand? So they have to do according to their job schedule, their standard operating procedure. That's why I said, if they said they will not do, We just have to wait and see whether they will be there or they will not be there. But if they decide not to be there, I'm sure that Fubara will go ahead for the simple fact because he has the support of his people, understand? And he has the purse, the government purse, the state coffers within his hold, you understand? So everything that needs to be done, I'm sure he will spare no expenses, you understand, to make sure that that election holds, you understand? Except otherwise, but once he is not holding, except if he decides himself that okay, he's not going to hold. But as long as he decides he's going to, I'm sure he's going to go ahead, because if he doesn't, you understand, that is a win for Wiki and to be a loss for him, and it's a loss of face for him, you understand. I'm sure he will not allow that to happen.
All right, let's talk a bit about our judiciary institution. Why a lot of Nigerians have come out to ask and say, why will a federal high court be giving a different judgment? Why the state high court is giving a different judgment? Do you think, how does this make the Nigerian judiciary look?
Too many, in a bad light, you understand. In a bad light, you understand. But it all boils down to the fact that there are too many loopholes within the system. You understand?
Loopholes, okay.
Too many loopholes, you understand. And then what they do, you understand, is try to exploit those loopholes. You understand? They create the loopholes intentionally, and they seek to exploit it. You understand? It's rather sad, you understand, to see that the judiciary, instead of being above par, you understand, taking sides. You understand? That is the problem with most segments of the Nigerian society. You understand? Instead of a properly constituted body to be there to protect the interests of the country, the citizens, you understand, they end up protecting an individual's interest, you understand, which is very sad for Nigeria, you understand. These are things that used to be changed. So many loopholes. And of course, our constitution, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just to block those loopholes, you understand. That is what the National Assembly should be doing. Instead of sitting down and discussing about bills that are not of advantage to Nigeria and the humongous amount of money that they cut away on a monthly basis. It's really sad for Nigeria.
All right. Now, the law provides that in no circumstance should a court make an order stopping an election over an issue before the court. Now, this is according to the law. But some group of people we are seen protesting. I don't know. Okay, we played the video before, of course, before we began the show. We saw some group of people who are protesting against the election which is scheduled to hold for tomorrow. What did you make out of all of this? But before then, let's see if we can get this caller on board. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, my sister. So sorry, I'm Mr. Adam Yunus from Niger State.
All right.
I'm the first caller in this program.
Glad to have you on board.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Is he there?
Oh, hello, are you here? The network has been very consistent today. I'm so sorry, you might have to call us back. Honorable, I said something. What did you make out of all of this? The police, the court saying that, the law saying that the court has no right to stop an election, and now you could see protesters on the streets protesting against the election that is scheduled to hold tomorrow. What did you make out of all of this?
Well, like I said, it's actually a show of force, you understand, who has more power in the state or at the federal level, whose will can be done, you understand. Is it the will of the state governor or the will of the person in Abuja, you understand. And of course they will sponsor their people for or against, you understand, just to show that okay, it is our camp that has more support than yours, you understand. So they are bound to do that, and that is what usually happens, you understand. They end up sponsoring a certain group of people to come out either to protest for or against an issue.
So in terms of the sponsoring, do you think Wike has a hand in all of this?
Thank you for the question. Well, since it's a thing, I'll say it's a yes.
It's a yes.
Because it's a think.
Okay.
You understand? It's a yes. But you say, okay, give me facts. I can't give you facts. You understand? But I said, think, yes. You have a hand in it. You understand? Okay, what is the reason behind certain individual or certain groups not wanting the election to hold tomorrow?
Okay.
What is it? You understand? Like I said, I had a similar issue in my state, Kaduna State, you understand, which I hope we will touch, you understand. So what are the issues? Why do they want it to hold? Is it the parties themselves, or is it the candidates themselves, or is it vested interests that don't want the election to hold? You understand? As far as I can see there, you understand, those are vested interests, not party interests or candidate interests. Ideally, if there are issues, you understand, those will come from the candidates, the aspirants, you understand, or their parties, you understand, not from citizens on the street, you understand. So I really want to why what is happening, you understand. What are the reasons? What are the reasons for not wanting the election to hold, and what are the reasons why the election must hold? Of course, we know why the election must hold is because of the local government autonomy, and the federal government is saying, okay, if there is no properly constituted local government area councils, of course, you are likely not going to get your monthly money from Abuja. You understand? That is why they are all rushing to hold the election. You understand? It's not because they like the local government administration or they like the system. No, but because they have been given a timeline that, okay, if you don't hold the election, I'm going to hold the money. I will not give. You understand? That is why they are all running around. You understand? That is one reason. The second reason is, of course, they are all trying to build their foundation come 2027. As long as you are able to hold the local government councils, of course, give or take, the state is yours. You understand? And if the state is yours, give or take, you are able to bring the state to the federal. You understand? So that usually what happens. You understand? Because notwithstanding that local governments, area councils have been given autonomy, they are still using the powers of the state government. You understand? Because that's what usually happens. We have seen in Bauchi State, for example. You understand? Election was said to be fair and free. You understand? But we see in the results, a party doesn't have a candidate.
I was going to come to that, but
you see, it is something that was arranged in the government house.
Yes, apologies. Let's hold it there and see if we can hear this caller. Hello, good evening. Good evening. Glad to have you join us. Your name and where you're calling us from? All right, please go ahead with your contribution.
I want to speak in respect of what the political.
Okay.
The network is something.
Apologies, but you might have to call us back. The network is not favorable.
Looks like you have something interesting.
Yeah, he has something interesting. But
something that is biting him. So let's see.
Continue from where you stopped. I heard you were saying something.
Yes, about the Bauchi election ban. It's actually a travesty of justice. You understand? They say, okay, we are going to hold election, and they spend so much money, and only for them to come out with a prepared result. Of course, if they say, okay, bring evidences, of course, I will not say, okay, these are my evidences, but we have seen from it is from them, it came from them, that, okay, this party, this candidate, this party got so good. How? When there is no candidate, you understand?
Yes.
And ideally, that party is not even on the ballot paper. So how come? You understand? So that is it. Like I was saying, what all these state governors are doing, you understand, is to see that they are able to hold the local government tightly within their fist. You understand? In Kaduna State, let me give you what has happened. I engaged the State Independent Electoral Commission. I said, okay, why are you telling aspirants to pay 2 million if you want to contest for the chairmanship and 500,000?
For the form, is it?
Yes, non-refundable deposit, they said.
Non-refundable.
Non-refundable. Just imagine, non-refundable.
The money I'm trying to understand, is it the fee of the form?
Yes, for the form.
Okay, that's 2 million.
The one that you collect from the State Independent Electoral Commission, you understand? 2 million, you understand? Meanwhile, the governor himself and the House of Assembly members themselves, they collected their forms from IMF free of charge. No kobo. And then they went to the House of Assembly, you understand? They made a law saying that aspirants must pay certain sum of money. Now they said it's printer's devil or what? That it's not 2 million, it's 200,000. You understand? For the chairmanship, no refundable deposit. While for the councillorship, it's 50,000, not 500,000. No refundable deposit. You understand? It is archaic to the Nigerian Constitution. You understand? It is illegal against the Electoral Act of Nigeria, the 2022 Electoral Act. You understand? Then they went further and say, okay, bring tax clearance for the last 3 years. You understand? You know what? The governor never gave INEC a tax clearance certificate. You understand? For him to contest to be in Sarkashin Ibrahim. Likewise, the House of Assembly members, nobody did. You understand? But they now came out and do that. And to worsen the matter, they quoted certain sections of the amended Kaduna State Electoral Act law. You understand? If you go to Kaduna State now,
so the laws was it against their action, or
the amended law is not even in existence? I've written to Katsikom, you understand? That is the State Independent Electoral Commission. Give me a copy of this. The Freedom of Information Act allows me to seek for information from wherever I think is possible to get. And this is supposed to be a properly constituted authority. You understand? That is the CCOM, you understand? And now they said that they don't have, or they will not give. That I have to go to government printers to go and get and buy, you understand? I said, okay, that is what you want. Okay, I'll do that. I went to government printers. Give me a copy of this law, you understand? They said it has been withdrawn. That it's at the House of Assembly, that there are amendments that needed to be done. Meanwhile, election is coming, and why I needed to see that Kaduna State Electoral Act law is to see if CCOM itself is properly constituted. You understand? How does it operate? How is it supposed to operate? Does it have the right to ask for all those things that it has asked? It is an aberration, you understand? It's just unfortunate, you understand? And then I also petitioned the Public Complaints Commission. Today, up to today, they have not responded to me. We are just watching. We are just
interesting.
Watching.
I think I will have to talk about that some other time on the program. We lost that caller, but
yes.
I want to find out. People are saying, or there have been some argument that local government elections should be taken away from state governors, and this argument is because a lot of people believe that 100%. The state governors will abuse it, thereby fixing people who they can manipulate in offices.
That is what they have done. That is what they have done.
You totally agree with that?
Totally, 100%. If I can add 1% self on top, I will add. Yes, totally. You should be taken out of the state government.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay.
Let you go back to the national. Let INEC conduct it. I'm not saying that
INEC don't have the don't have the right to conduct local government elections according to the law.
Yes, I'm not saying that INEC is sparkling clean. You understand? So to say. Also, they are not sparkling clean, but it's better. It is safer for Nigeria. We'll get to that. You understand? Okay, now tell me why you think.
Tell me why you think INEC conducting the local government election is far better. Why even in the past elections we saw what happened in that of the just concluded Edo State election, where in cases where you have what is you have a different result from the IRF to the coalition center. Why is that? So with this with these things that we've seen, how convinced are you that INEC will do a better job?
Yeah, how convinced is already from this explanation, a scenario that I've given you, the one that happened in Kaduna State, the one that happened in Bauchi, and the one that is most likely going to happen in Rivers. You understand? Of course, it's better. Why? Because at least the game will be played on a much, it's not level, you understand, but it's much more flatter level ground than what you have at the states. Okay. At the states there, there are just potholes, you understand, obstacles, they'll just put it there for you. And then the one way or the other, they try to model things up. And then if you try to go to court, probably they will say, the state government has spent so much money, just allow it to flow. This is a travesty. You are saying allow it to flow simply because the state government has. Who said for them to go ahead and spend the money, knowing fully well that this is what they have done, which is wrong, totally against the constitution. They have breached the constitution, several sections of it, right from section 14 up to section 33. You understand? They have done.
But we see an election, even at the national levels,
yes,
being taken to court, and at the end of the day, it seems like the judiciary, the Nigerian judiciary body, I don't want to use the word. It's
like Nigerian election now. The result are not announced at the polling units. They are not announced at the courts. Understand?
Exactly.
Yes, that is what is happening now.
Exactly.
And it is an intentional act. You understand? It's an intentional act. Okay, we'll do all the laws. You understand? Okay, we'll rig it. You understand? We'll rig it. You say, okay, what can we do? We had the INEC national chairman said, okay, if you don't believe with the result that has been announced, go to court.
Honorable, sorry, let me go to there. Let's see if we can get a call out. The network has really been frustrating. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. If you can hear me, good evening. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's the network. You might have to call us back. That's okay. Yeah, please go ahead.
NCC, something should you invite NCC to come and explain all the things that all the
network has not really been favorable.
It's not only here. It's not just the airtime plus the data. Understand? It is yes. So we have had instances where even the INEC chairman is saying, okay, if you don't believe in the result has been announced, go to court.
Exactly.
Go to court because okay.
And now the courts, which seems to be the common man hope, is no longer giving hope.
Yes.
So
yes. These are the issues that need to be addressed.
So how do we address it? Because we are looking at that possibility. You know, there's a saying that we don't use 99% of the time to talk about the problem and just use one. So what do you think should be done? Because you are saying that, okay, there are opinions and arguments from people that this election should be taken away from state governors, and now even at the same time we are saying that even the INEC, people can count on the INEC, because we've seen it play out over time with what happened in Edo State election, not just Edo State election, even at national levels. We've seen cases where what is on the RF is different from what is being announced at the collation center. So what do you think is the way out of this?
There's a way out. Incidentally, I've written 2 to 3 pieces.
Do you think the electoral institution needs to be sanitized?
I'll take you there. There's a piece I wrote demanding accountability. Understand? Then there's another one that I wrote asking, it's a question, is IPAC a contraption?
Okay. You
understand? Or is something worth Nigeria's while? You understand? That isn't the heading. You understand? Yeah. So there's a way out. You understand? But there needs to be a force, a movement. You understand? And how do I say? A cooperation between individual organizations, first of all, that are patriotic.
Okay.
That they have the interest of Nigeria and Nigerians at heart. You understand? And the focus is to get Nigeria out of the doldrums. Understand? Into that desired Nigerian state that we all want.
Okay.
And see. You understand? Incidentally, IPAC is supposed to be a body that's supposed to protect the interests of all parties, understand, and all contestants, to have a level playing field, just like this table, understand?
Okay. Yes.
But is that what is obtainable there? So where do you start from? That is where we have 18 parties on the same platform. Out of those 18 parties, only 4 or 5 can beat their chest and say, okay, we have a seat somewhere either in Aso Rock or in House of Assembly or wherever. Meanwhile, the other
18 political parties.
The other 14 or 13 political parties don't have.
When you talk about the
so who is funding them?
Okay.
Who is funding them? Where are they getting their funds from? We're assuming that these elected individuals from these other 5 parties are the ones funding their own party, but this one's for. So if these parties, this majority can like take a decision to make sure that that field out there is level, then who will?
Okay.
How?
Yes.
That's why I said you need individuals with focus, with Nigeria's interest at heart, and it is Nigeria and nothing but Nigeria. You understand? That is what is lacking out there. But some of us in here and some other places were focusing in that direction, and we're working in that direction, and we have our ideas, and we have our plans and our frameworks, and give or take, God willing, it will come. We don't want to make noise about it so that they don't get to truncate it before it sees the light of day. Understand? Let it hit them from above.
All right. Now you've been a one-time aspirant under the SDP. You contested. Okay, contestant. Yes. Sorry about that. Yes. Under the SDP as of 2023.
Yes.
So
the White House.
Now, what is your expectation from the local government election that would hold tomorrow in River State? What are you expecting?
I'm just expecting that Fubara's team will clear all the council seats.
Why do you think so?
Well, we have seen it played out in other states. Bauchi is an example. Yes, and some other states. So, what will make it what will make it different from that? They have already perfected the act. You understand?
Perfected the act. Can you
perfected the act
of
of making sure that their candidates, you understand, the ones that they are anointed are the ones that will come out tops.
So, but should it be so? Should an election? Should election not be free and fair, where people are, where people have the right to vote who they want to be governing?
Exactly. But the issue is right at the party secretariat. That's where it starts from. Understand? Because that is where it is the parties now that will submit the names to the State Independent Electoral Commission. You understand that? Okay, these are our candidates. But how do the candidates even come up?
Okay.
If the ruling party in a state, they anoint who they want in all the local governments. Likewise, they will anoint all the councillors. Understand?
Okay.
Understand? That is what
is now like a recycle.
Yes, they will anoint whoever they want. You understand? That is what happens. Understand? It is only in the other parties that don't have government at the top or at the center or at whatever level that you see some kind of fairness. You understand? It is through primaries that, of course, they will say they have run primaries. You understand? But even at the running of the primaries, who choose? You understand? Even who choose? You understand? That's why I said, okay, give me that electoral act in Kaduna State because I need to know who are supposed to be delegates. You understand? We know that the Nigerian Electoral Act says that appointees shouldn't be delegates. So did we have delegates picking councillors and chairmen from all the local governments in Kaduna? You understand? That's why I said so once they anoint, you understand, you ordinary voters out there, you don't have a say. It is whoever you see on the ballot paper that you vote.
So that means election in Nigeria is no longer it's irrelevant. Is that what you're saying?
Basically,
voting. Basically,
basically.
No, you talk about something recycling of same political parties in offices.
Yes.
Does that also go with your own political party? Because I know you are a member of the SDP.
No. We don't cycle. We don't recycle. We keep recycling people. What you see there is, okay, what have you seen in the last 30 years or so? Those people that are there, they are still the ones there. When this platform is no longer rosy, to jump to the other one. if that platform is no longer rosy, you jump back. You understand?
So it doesn't apply to your own party.
No. You understand?
All right.
Understand? Because unfortunately, what happened was that during Abiola, that was the one and fair election. That's after the one during the independence. You understand?
Right. Yes.
But apart from that one, I haven't seen any free and fair election
in Nigeria.
In Nigeria,
it's pathetic.
Understand?
Yes.
Yes. So it is actually sad. It's actually sad. Like I said, there's a way out, and it is possible. You understand? And it's doable. All we need people with the right mind, the right set of thinking, right set of thoughts, you understand, and capacity and ability, you understand.
All right, you know, I love that part where you say it is possible, it is doable, but I guess time will not permit us to talk about how you can tell us how doable it is and how possible it is, but definitely you come back some other time, of course, to let us know how possible and how doable it is. Well, at this point, this is where we'll come to the end of the show on Spotlight with Mercy on Kaftan Television, where there's going to be an election tomorrow in River State, and I want to appeal to all the River State people to please do ensure that you engage in a peaceful voting. Don't involve yourself in any form of violence. Remember, you have just one life, and keep watching Kaftan Television. Have yourself a wonderful weekend. I am Mercy Emelite. Bye for now.
Thank you for watching.
Thank you so much.